Hi everyone, hope you're well. In this video I am going to turn one of these gas bottles into a forge. I don't know much about it. What I do know, I've read about online, watched YouTube videos which I know can be dangerous, but I have researched it quite a bit. And basically I just want a small forge, nothing big. I'm no blacksmith, as you well know, and it's just how I'm going to turn it into a forge, this, because I've watched a lot of videos and most of them are from America, and there's not that many in the UK. Most of them are like the little brake drum forges, etc., which everyone says are crap. You're not a proper blacksmith, but I'm not trying to be a proper blacksmith, so please don't comment and have a go at me saying that's not the right way to do it. This is how I'm going to do it, and we're going to see if it works. So what I've done is got one of these gas bottles. As if by magic, I ground the top off, and then what I did is I cut it in half. Very, very easily with a little grinder, a little 4 1/4, this sort of size. Quite easy to do. Just use the block. We'll just balance that, not balance it, wedge that up. And I used the block and drew all the way around the edge to cut it into two. Now looking at it, I should have probably cut that a bit more than half, or cut it into thirds really, purely because I think that's too deep. But as you will see, what I intend to do is it will be the fire will be blocked off a little bit in there. So I've drilled a hole in the middle, or just off centre, because there's a seam there. And what I did purchase, again, I couldn't get any 1.5 inch or 2 inch pipe from my local supplier, because this is just what's going to be readily available to me really. So I've only got 3/4 pipe. This is 3/4 black iron, and this is called a short screw, and that's called a long screw, which is basically you've got a nut and a sleeve. Oh dear, come on. Anyway, that screws off, so you've got like a piece of pipe with a long screw and a sleeve and a nut. And I've turned these round so that the sleeve threads onto there. Let's just go over. That then goes through the hole that I made there. And the nut, because it's sleeved, you can actually do this up from this side, and the nut is captured on that rim, which I don't think you can see very well, so on the rim there. I don't think this all needs to be welded, but again we'll see how it goes. Anyway, basically what I'm going to do onto there is to screw a T miles away. So I'm going to screw a T onto that, and I'm going to have mine coming out the side, not along the forge. Goes onto there, and then to catch all the clinkers and all the other stuff, I've got one of these, don't know what you call it. It's basically a bit of rod threaded out each end, which will pop into there. And then on the end, just an end cap nut. So what I can do is obviously take this off says, I can take that off, and this will let out all the unnecessaries. That one will screw into that end. Like that, and then on here somehow, which I've not quite figured that out, will be some form of fan that will obviously blow into here, up through and into the forge. Great, so that's that. I'm just going to take this off. Sorry about the lighting, and sorry about the crap videos. Anyway, I'll leave that in so you can see. What I have done, just turn that round. Oh, incidentally, when you, well, before you start cutting any of this, what I did do was threaded in the top. The valve for the regulator to go on. So I made sure it was empty, unscrewed that, took that off out of the way, and then I filled it completely with water, so that it expelled all the gas. And then eventually, to get the water out, I just drilled a hole in the bottom here to obviously let air in, to let the water out. Left that for a few days, or I left it for a few days with water in. Left it a few days with water out, turned upside down, drilled a hole both ends, left that so that I was sure that I could cut it without any explosions or anything going on. Right, next bit, for a plate to go into there, I've actually got some of this bar, and the tripod is actually sat on the other stuff. So this is just flat stock steel from off a building site basically. And as you can see, I've drilled a load of holes in it onto that, and then that will sit just laid into there basically. I'll tell you what, let me get those others so I can show you what's doing, give you a different camera angle, we'll bring it back. Right, there we go. So, drilled these off to one side, as you can see, which line up with the nut in there, the hole. So one will sit in there like so, and then the other one will go down that side, and I'll put a slight bevel on these, as you can see, and then the other one will sit like that. I'm probably going to put underneath this just some fire cement around there, just so that all the air comes up through here and doesn't come out around the edges, although I don't suppose it matters, but I just want to concentrate all the air I can up through this, and then I can always drill more holes if need be to get more air through. So that's the stage we're at the moment. What I am going to do is get some fire cement for a start. I've got some up there, but I don't think there's much left. So I'm going to do that, and then I've got to build a stand to put this on, ideally metal, but I think it might have to be wood, which is one of the other reasons why what I've done, because I haven't got a welder, is I've lifted this off through these big thick plates. So underneath it'll all be air circulating, and it will take a while to actually heat up the outside of this, or it won't get as hot as if the coals were excuse me, directly onto that. So yeah, that's the plan, and I should bring you back as and when we move to the next step. Cheers guys.